Before this video starts, please be aware that this is test number 2 on this product. This means that I'm using the same sample that was prepared in test 1. So all the test preparation steps are the same. I show those steps again in this video for those who might be watching the videos out of order. But if you've already seen the preparation for this sample in another video, feel free to skip to the time shown on the screen to get straight to the test analysis. Now back to your regularly scheduled program. Hello everyone and welcome to Is It Truly Gluten Free? Today we're going to be testing General Mills Cheerios. So as you can see, this product is labeled gluten free. No other indicators. It does say gluten free right here on the side. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started here. Now I am going to blend this up prior to testing, just to give the test kit the best shot at actually detecting the gluten. Alright, so we'll throw the lid on here and we'll put it in the blender. Now I'm not showing the actual blending process because of the fact that the vibrations from the blender, I'm afraid, will knock the camera out of kilter. So I've got the blender over here on another table. We're just going to do it that way. All right, so there we've got it. Now at this point, I'm going to go ahead and pour this sample into this plastic bag. Okay, so we're set. We've got our Cheerios sample here, and we'll go ahead and move forward with the tests momentarily. Okay, we're ready to begin the testing and analysis process. So I've got my bag of Cheerios that were ground up, and first step is to weigh out 1 gram of the Cheerios. And we're going to put that into this vial right here. I've got it labeled with a C, meaning Cheerios. Here's 1 gram, roughly. Okay, for the next step, I need to take my extraction solution, which I have here. I need to put it into the vial containing the food sample. And I've got to do that. I've got to put 10 milliliters of the extraction into that vial. So, got my pipette set to 10 milliliters. Okay, now what I've got to do is vortex this thing to get everything all mixed thoroughly. All right, now we're ready for the incubation phase, where basically we're going to put these vials, these samples, into a thermostatic water bath. Now I am putting multiple samples in just because that's more efficient. I'm going to do 6 at a time. So these need to incubate in this hot water bath for about 40 minutes at 50 degrees Celsius. I'm going to come back periodically and vortex all of the samples, and then we'll proceed from there. It's time for the first vortex round for the Cheerios sample. Second round of vortexing. Third and last round for vortexing. Okay, now it's time to centrifuge the samples. We just finished with the incubation, and now let me open the centrifuge here. So again, as with the incubation, I'm going to be centrifuging multiple samples at the same time, just for efficiency's sake. So I have 6 spots in my centrifuge. I have 6 samples here. So I am going to centrifuge these now. I'm going to do it for 10 minutes at 2500 Gs. The centrifuge is finished now with the samples. So I've got my Cheerios samples here, and this is the vial that was centrifuged. Now you'll notice that the solids have been pushed to the bottom and we've got this liquid on top. That's what we're after at this point. I'm going to transfer it into this empty vial. And now I can discard the original sample vial, because what we're really after, meaning the gluten, is in this thing. So now at this point, I'm going to allow this vial to stand for a little bit, just to allow it to come to room temperature. So like I said in the beginning of this video, this is the second test on the Cheerios. I'm going to be raising the level of detection to 5 parts per million this time, because the test at 3 parts per million came back positive for gluten. So I'll just label these 2 vials so that there isn't any confusion. We'll open the empty vial. Okay, so this time, since we're at 5 parts per million, we need to do a 972 microliter ejection of the dilution solution. All right, and so for a 5 parts per million limit of detection, we need to go to 28 microliters on this pipette. So last time we did 40, this time we're going to do 28. And to open up our sample of Cheerios. Okay, mix that around. Okay, so I'm going to put 100 microliters of the diluted sample in our new vial here. I'm going to put that in this second well. Okay, so we're all set. Now we'll drop in a new test strip to this second well. Timer for 10 minutes. Okay, we've 10 minutes is up, and the result is still gluten found. So there is a pink line there, not as dark as the last go around, but nonetheless it is there. So this was at a detection limit of 5 parts per million, and we got a positive result. What that means is that GlutenTox Sticks Plus thinks that this Cheerios sample has more than 5 parts per million of gluten in it. Now keep in mind that this is well under the FDA limit of 20 parts per million for gluten-free labeled foods. So getting a positive result at 5 parts per million may not be a big deal for most people, but we need to do more testing to make sure that it's actually below 20 parts per million. So in the next video, we're going to do another test on this same sample, but this time we're going to bump up the detection limit to 10 parts per million. You can find a link to that video by looking in the description below, or you can wait till the end of this video and I'll provide a link to it there. You can also visit the website at isittruelyglutenfree.com for complete summaries of all tests that have been done. So take care, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to stay updated on new gluten test videos as they're posted, don't forget to subscribe. You can also visit us on the web at isittruelyglutenfree.com or follow us on social media at isittruelyglutenfree. Thanks again, and have a great day.